Okay, hey everybody. This is going to be a rant by all three of us, but mostly by our boy Cody here. And I'm just going to put this out there. There will be a good bit of profanity here. Just to do a warning in advance. If you don't like profanity, this is just a warning.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, because once the juggalo gets going, it's kind of hard to stop.
So here's the deal. I am an independent professional wrestler of 4 years here in Louisiana. I got my start here at Gulf Coast Wrestling, and I wrestled for many a promotion in this state. But the funny thing is, I don't really mind that some of the indies are looked down upon. Some independent organizations are looked down upon. No doubt about it. If it wouldn't have been for the situation with Vince McMahon promising that he was not going to buy out the competition, and he lied after his father passed away, these indies would still have some kind of luster and some kind of meaning in this world. Because across this country, there are tens and thousands of guys. Actually, around this world, there are thousands of men and women who choose to put their bodies on the line for the sake of entertainment. I'm one of those guys. Okay, I am proud to say that I am an independent professional wrestler. But yet, there's two sides to this spectrum. See, I showed you my side. Now, I can say from my experience, the other end of this spectrum. There seems to me like there's a bunch of these, I would say, super-headed fans. Mainly WWE fans. Not to be confused with your username, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, not you. You're cool.
But not just WWE fans, no pun intended, but Cena fans. Of all people. Cena fans. Like, okay, I went to Monday Night Raw in Lafayette, February the 18th. Which right now is yesterday. Yeah, this past Monday. Me and the rest of the Gulf Coast Wrestling crew enjoyed ourselves watching this show. Even though a few of them ended up finding their way from the nosebleeds all the way to third row from the ring. I'll come back to that. They made their way from the top to the bottom. They went from top row to floor row. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm going off subject here. There seems to be these super-headed wrestling fans that don't believe that indies are any good. Word to the wise. And exactly, XPW. Okay, they produce some of the bloodiest death matches in this country and in this world. Okay, they have some of the most death-defying wrestlers. No, not sports entertainers. Wrestlers. Okay, now, no doubt about it. WWE superstars made their way there in one of three ways. Favoritism.
Nepotism.
Family lineage, or they worked their way the hard way. And about 75% of them are the first two categories. Because category number 3, the ones who work consistently to get where they are part of that are still part of the WWE are bigger than ever now. Perfect example, this man. The man that wears this shirt, CM Punk. He is a self-made man. He has ran that gimmick ever since he began wrestling. In IWA, PWG, Ring of Honor, TNA.
Backyard.
He's been through them all. He's been through them all. Now, I feel like I'm in that category myself. I got into this business the hard way. Whenever some people kind of say I got it easy on me. I don't think so. Maybe I didn't get trained to bump on concrete 24 hours a day. But by damn it, if it calls for a spot that I got to bump on concrete, by damn, I'm going to do it. I don't care if I get put through a table. I don't care if I get slammed in the brass tacks. I don't care if I have a cheese grater grinded across my forehead. That's what all these scars up here are about. Okay? I'm a former hardcore champion here in Louisiana, and I'm a former zero gravity champion for Gulf Coast Wrestling. I worked hard for this. But going back to this super fan, me, GCW wrestler, and I did say wrestler, Ashton Spears, and referee Kyle, we're sitting there, we're doing our little critiquing and all that stuff. You know, next thing you know, we bring up Cena. Well, apparently this Cena fan that was sitting in the front row with her 2-year-old little boy and 6-month-old infant child that she brought with her to this show turns around and says, and I quote, "Y'all don't know shit about Cena." Oh man, the Lord knows how many times I wanted to just say, "Bitch, shut the fuck up." It's not like you know any more than us, but even though we do know a lot more than you do. You know, so yeah. But the worst part about this woman bringing a 6-month-old infant child to a live WWE show where there is extremely loud pyrotechnics, music, and people, you know that baby is subject to brain damage, loss of hearing. You know, it's ridiculous, some of these fans.
Well, in the baby's defense, with a mother like her, he probably already has some severe brain damage.
Oh, yeah. She probably had him listening to John Cena's music in her belly.
Either that or she's kind of born with it.
She probably had that whole thing with her belly with the headphones like this. With Cena's music blaring at the bottom. Yeah. I can about imagine that baby comes out the mama's womb doing that little gesture when it ought to be, you know. But anyway, this woman decides she's going to knock on the indies when she doesn't even know who or what the indie circuit is. Me, Ashton Spears, and Kyle had a field day working this woman, gimmick-wise. Okay, there's a good reason why I call myself the Insane Machine.
Give us a little bit.
Okay, because one, I'm a juggalo. So yeah, there's tendencies where I do get a little bit crazy. And sometimes I run my mouth a little too much. But it's for a good benefit this time. This one benefited all of us here. You know, and then my fiance she didn't hear what this woman was saying. My fiance was about to get up and start jacking this woman in the face because she was saying that Ashton Spears, yeah, he's like 5'8", 5'9". He weighs like a big 30 soaking wet. Okay. But by damn it, this man knows how to wrestle. He's been in this business for 10 years. 10 years. I look up to that man. And Ashton Spears, if you're watching, Thank you. I'm on a red rant right now. Hold on. And this, like, Ashton, me, and Kyle were working this woman so bad with our gimmicks that by the time the segment was over with Cena and CM Punk, we went down to go smoke a cigarette outside the arena, just bullshit and chat and all that stuff. We come back, she is gone. She left. She flew the coop. Why? You don't underestimate an independent professional. Doesn't matter if it's the big top or the indie circuit. A wrestler is a wrestler, no matter how you cut it. Okay? This woman was telling Ashton Spears that he was too skinny to be a wrestler. She was telling me I was too short and too fat to be a wrestler. Yeah, sure, I'm 5'7" and I weigh 274 pounds. But you don't know what? I can probably get over in a match in the WWE better than half of those guys on that roster. Their matches are no more than 10 to 15 minutes apiece on live television. Exactly. Whenever in the independent circuit, matches go on for 30, 45 minutes. I've seen a match go on for about an hour. And these people were on their feet from bell to bell. I've seen the best. I've seen the worst. I've been through the worst amount of pain. Let's just put it this way. We had a quad shot weekend with Gulf Coast Wrestling. 4 shows in 3 days. I believe that all these guys combined, the same crew of guys combined, went through more pain and psychological anguish whenever it came to all the drama backstage as well as the physical stress on their bodies than most people can possibly imagine. Trust me, I'm one of those guys.
He was burnt out at the end of it.
I was burnt the hell out at the end of that weekend. And the worst part about it, I had to work the very next day for 2 weeks straight. 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And honestly,
until the job was done.
It took him till Thursday to get somewhat right of that week.
Yeah, it took my body dang near 5 to 6 days to get back in order, back in proper function. I was sleeping so hard that, and speaking of which, I was sleeping so hard that I didn't realize how many hours I would sleep in a day. Yeah, there are some times where I have a week or two off between jobs. Then there's times where I've only got a day or two between jobs. Okay? So there's the thing. Yes, I am a professional independent wrestler, but I'm also a hard-working man. Okay, I am a compressor mechanic. I work on machines that are bigger than most double-wide trailers. Okay? I've worked on cylinders for compressors that are bigger than Ford F-350 Super Duties. Okay? I've worked with parts for these machines that are worth more than your own life insurance policies. Okay, so don't tell me that what I do in professional wrestling is a farce. Okay, yes, I've been in it for 4 years, and yes, I still got a long way to go to learn everything that I need to know. But then, in the world of wrestling, you never really truly learn everything about the business. You just learn a good bit, because the honest thing about it is, whether you're a rookie, it doesn't matter if you're green as goose shit, or you're a 40-year veteran. You learn something new every day, every time you step into that ring. And it don't make a damn bit of difference. So I say on to these people, these superhead fans. Before you start making insinuations and throwing your guesses and caution to the wind about independent wrestlers, maybe you need to take a mental check for yourself as to what these independents go through. And then take a look back as to how all these WWE superstars got their start. Take a second look. And most of all, take a look in the mirror before you start judging people. Because the only person who has a right to judge in this world is the man upstairs. And no, I'm not talking about, if you're living in a multi-house apartment, I'm not talking about your neighbor on the third floor. I'm talking about God. So for those who are religious, you know what I'm talking about. To the atheists, I can give a fuck what you think. But anyway, my point's been made. So I'm going to leave it up to you, the viewers, as to what your opinion is on this rant about independent wrestlers and how much it means to them. And if you're an independent wrestler watching this video, how much does this business mean to you? How much does it truly mean to you to be in this business? Yeah, I may look small and insignificant and heavy set, but that doesn't mean I can't work a match. Trust me. A few weeks ago, I went against former WWE superstar Rodney Mack. I took a wailing from this guy. I've went against many a man in this ring. Okay, whether it's for Down South Championship Wrestling, Gulf Coast Wrestling, Old School Wrestling Entertainment, Mid-South Wrestling, Full Throttle Wrestling, it doesn't matter. What we do in that ring is what we love to do. And if anybody has a problem with it, don't come to a show. Don't watch us wrestle. Be a super fan of the WWE and watch it on TV and not experience what it truly means to be a part of something bigger than yourself. I'm done.